You're more than welcome, but good luck with that. See, we're partway through lots of different stuff. Right, let's start on the mat. So start off with some wrist mobilizations, the usual story. So coming to a comfy spot, hands clasped, one on top of the other. Keep getting it drilled into me with every session I do. Do not skip your wrist mobilizations, bloody wrist mobilizations. Does help though. So I had family around on Saturday, but there was like in reverse, there was a 5-hour new teacher training thing online with the main man. So I signed up for it anyway. I've been doing it this morning. I started off, it's like level 2 and level 3, and I've just been watching going, I have no idea what you just did or how you got from that body shape to that body shape. I don't know what happened in the middle. Waves. So everything's sore at the moment as I've been flinging myself about the living room. Needless to say, there will be none of that for a very long time. Good, Charlotte's like, good. And then other way. Barry, you're going to have to get your face out in the middle of the camera. Nobody. Why? I'm ever so pretty. Never wash on camera. All right, and then thumbs together, palms flat towards the floor, pushing out, trying to open the outside edge of the wrist. And you can go side, middle, the other side, etc., etc. No, I like it in front of the camera. Staying here. Well, come on then. That's it. Don't come to see your face, do they? No. Right, give them a shake. Coming up onto all fours. Hands just flat to the floor to start with. Let's make this into some big circles. So you're taking your shoulders right over your fingertips. That's the door. Just bear with me 1 second. Keep going in circles. Oh. Thank you. Reverse your circles if you haven't already. Oh. Trust the postman to arrive just in the middle of this. And then just a couple where we turn the fingers back towards the thighs or the knees and stretch and rock backwards. Give them a good stretch out there. And then release. And again, if they need a little bit of a loosener and a shake, feel free. All right, so we start off with some mobility stuff, the usual. Got a little bit of a different flow. We are going to practice a deconstructed version of our, or a slow version, I should say, of our crocodile roll, just to keep it in your bodies. But otherwise, we're going to start. So a modified loaded beast just means you've got your knees on the floor, but otherwise it looks the same. So toes tucked under, knees flaring wide, arms walking away. And you'll probably be able to sink a little bit closer to the floor with your knees down. We're going to do our deconstructed unload here. So rounding forward, coming straight forward into the end position that we would normally get. From there, I want you to push the floor away. So you're widening your shoulder blades and then lift the knees off the floor. So the knees coming up is the last thing. And then place the knees back down and round the spine all the way back. And I'm just going to shorten my base a little bit because I want to try and get my shoulders past my wrists. So because I can be super long here, I'm kind of, as I come forward, you can see my shoulders are behind my wrist line. I want them to be in front of my wrist line. So that'll give me an idea of how long my base needs to be. So I'm more like this shape. So same thing, we round forward. You want to take your shoulders past the wrists, widen the shoulder blades, and then lift the knees off the floor, squeezing the glutes. Hold 3, hold 2, hold 1, place the knees back down, round the spine back to your loaded beast. And again, rounding forward, shoulders past knees, widen the shoulder blades, lift the knees up, squeezing the glutes, tucking the tail as much as you can, lower the knees and round it back. Go one last time, rounding forward, push the floor away to widen the shoulder blades, pick the knees up, hold for 3, for 2, for 1, and then lower back down and round it all the way back to your modified loaded beast. You can have a little bit of a wiggle there. You can sink the armpits down if you want to just stretch into the shoulders a little bit. But other than that, we're going to switch over. Yeah, turn over. Come into our crab position. Fingertips pointing back, chest nice and lifted. So just the shoulder opener here. So we lift the hips up. We take the hips towards the heels. Once there, we're bending the elbows backwards. Lift the chest, squeeze the shoulder blades, feel the stretch into the front of the shoulders. And then straightening the arms as we shift back. Pitching or not is optional. And we go again. So lifting the chest, shifting forward, bend the elbows, the chest will collapse a little bit. So you're going to lift the chest again, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Hold 3, hold 2, hold 1. And then we shift back. And one more time, shift the hips forward, bend the elbows, lift the chest, squeeze the shoulder blades, hold 3, hold 2, hold 1, and shift back. And we want our loose crab position for modified crab reach. So let's go left leg out, toes pointing to the ceiling, right elbow down into your hip. From there, we're picking up the hips to the ceiling, reaching the arm overhead. Modified crab reach, breathing at the top. I hold in 3, for 2, for 1, and then releasing all the way back down. You're switching legs and just switch from side to side. I'm not too concerned about how long you stay in one position. If it feels nice to flow between them, flow. If it feels nice to hold and stretch, feel free. I'm switching from side to side in your own time. Again, you can play with how wide the feet are, how close they are to your body. And just spend a little bit of time here. Let's get some rotation in, opening up the sides of the body. Make sure you are breathing. And when you come down on this next one, we'll switch back over onto our front. I'm just deciding whether I want my mat. I'm going to get rid of my mat for the time being. So, just get rid of that. Let's come into some activations. Let's start off in beast. So, feet tucked under, or toes tucked under, hip distance apart, hands shoulder distance apart, knees roughly under the level of your navel, and just in front of the hip line. Make sure that the shoulder blades are nice and wide on your back, but you're not lifting up, you're not rounded, so you've got a nice neutral spine. Corkscrew the arms or the hands into the floor. So you've got that idea of turning the elbow pits forward. So you're trying to corkscrew the hands in to really grip the floor. From there, activate your beast, so lifting the knees an inch. And we've got to hold and breathe. And your idea being here that nothing else shifts. I'm still neutral in my spine. I'm still corkscrewing the hands, still pushing the floor away. Weight roughly evenly distribute between the feet and the hands if possible. And then gently lower the knees back down. If you need to come off your wrist, feel free. Otherwise, you're going to go straight back into it. We'll do the limb lifts. So corkscrew the arms, lift the knees an inch off the floor. Let's go right foot, just high enough to slide a piece of paper underneath. 3, 2, 1. Switch to your left foot. And we hold 3, 2, 1. And then lower the knees down. You get that little bit of a reprieve before we move to the hands. So you kind of know what's coming next. When you're ready, activate your beast. Once we're there, let's go right hand, lifting from the shoulder for 3, for 2, for 1. Organize yourself in the center and then lift left for 3, for 2, for 1. Hand goes down, knees go down, and you can come over into crab. If you need your wrist relief position, back to the hands together. I do. I've been doing tons this morning. My wrists are going, bah, or a shake, whichever. And then we come into our crab, so it's slightly easier. So let's set crab, pushing the floor away to get the hips up. Chest lifted, gaze to the rising sun. So here we go with the feet. Right foot just high enough to slide a piece of paper underneath. Place it down. Left foot just off the floor. Even have a look at it if you're not sure. And place it down. And then left hand again lifted from the shoulder. So it's almost a small shrugging action. And replace, and then the other side. So right hand just off the floor. 3, for 2, for 1. And place it down. So from here, opposite hand, opposite foot. We'll go right foot, left hand. Hold and breathe. You really want to push the floor away with that right hand. And then place them down. And the other side. Left foot, right hand, just high enough to slide a piece of paper underneath. For 3, for 2, for 1. Place it down. And then drop the hips. And again, give your wrists a shake if you need to. So we've been doing a little flow. We did this last week. We go loaded beast into half a beast reach, half a scorpion reach, and then half a front step. And we're just going to add to it. We're going to add a crab reach on at the end. So we're going to do it slow and controlled, which makes it harder, but it also makes it more of a mobility flow than anything else. So when you are ready, we'll set loaded beast. We'll do the right side first. So we're going to do right side or right leg beast reach. Walk the hands away. Set loaded beast over the knees. Here we go, lifting the hips, right knee into the chest, knee to nose. Travel forward, taking the knee to the outside of the elbow. Look forward. That leg's now going to travel up and around to a scorpion reach. So pushing back with the arms, the leg travels up. We're checking at the top here because this is where we really want to open the hips to the side. So push the floor away, shoulders to the ears. Left heel out to the side, left heel high, left knee slightly bent. See if you can twist and lift that little bit higher, shin to the ceiling. Start to come back around like you're going back the way you came. And then we're going to land that in a front step. So nice and steady, land it forward. The other hand can come into your claw position or your attack position, but more interested in here, try to get your hips to open and drop down towards the floor. So I'm going to keep bothered what's happening with this hand. Just have a wiggle there and see if you can sink your hips down that little bit more. From there, we're going to set loaded beast. So the hand can come down. We'll take that foot all the way back. And come into your loaded beast. And then we're going to slide to a right leg under switch. Will take us into a crab reach. So if we slide, left foot comes forward, right foot off the floor. Right leg travels under, and we finish up then in our crab reach here. So lift it to your crab reach and reach the arm. Hold at the top and breathe. Return to crab into a right leg under switch to loaded beast. So right leg travels under. We're back to our loaded beast. You can kind of fiddle about if you need to organize your space, but then we go again on the other side. So here we go with a left leg beast reach. So lift the hips up, lifting the left knee to the chest. Start to travel forward, taking the knee to the outside of the elbow, looking forward. Take that into a scorpion reach. Left leg travels out and around. Shin parallel to the ceiling. See how far you can open. Really open the left side of the body. Start that leg coming all the way back around. It's going to land in a front step. Again, you're trying to release the hips down and trying to get that back knee as close to the ground as possible without touching. Bloody cat's in the way now. You can wiggle around there. We're just hanging out. And then when you're ready, hand comes down, we go back to our loaded beast, dodging the cat. And then we're going to slide to a left leg under switch, which will take us into a right arm crab reach. So hop forward with the right foot, left leg travels under. Just need to fiddle about with your foot position, but otherwise we'll lift and reach into our crab reach. We're holding it there and breathing. And then return to crab into a left leg under switch, and you're back to your loaded beast where you are if you can dodge your cat. Not got my watch on, so I'm just gonna have to put my phone on so I know what time it is. She says, phone's decided it's not working. Bear with me, chaps, I'm just gonna grab my my watch. One of them days, isn't it? 1:30, yeah, you're right. Okay, we're gonna do that all again without the rest in between. So we start off with, let's go right leg, beast reach. Bloody cat's got like on a mission today. She said me go, I'll record this one. All right, here we go, set loaded beast. Right leg beast reach. Lifted the hips, right leg traveling into the chest. Body travels forward, right leg to right elbow, look forward. I'm going to take that into a scorpion reach, leg travels up and around, opening the hips, the right side of the body. That leg's going to travel around again like it's coming all the way back, but instead it's going to skip forward into our front step. You can bring the hand back if you wish into your attack position, but dropping the hips down, having a bit of a wiggle there, a bit of hip mobility. Set loaded beast, hand comes down, foot travels back to our loaded beast. Slide to a right leg under switch to left arm crab reach. So body weight comes forward, left leg skips forward, right leg travels under, left hand in front of the face, lift the hips, reach the arm. Breathe and hold. Return to crab into a right leg under switch to loaded beast. And we go left leg beast reach. Left leg scorpion reach. Left leg front step. Set loaded beast. Slide to left leg under switch to right arm crab reach. Return to crab and rest. You can plonk your hips down. Okay, so our flow today starts with the front kick through, which is why I was so keen to do a lot of hip mobility. So we're gonna drill the front kick through. We're gonna build it up with the front step and the front step through and build up to it. So it's quite a challenging movement that we all know and love. So let's start off with the right leg front step. So we're gonna set loaded beast again. Right leg front step. So you are stepping with your right leg. It replaces the hand. You come into an attack position. So there's your front step. And we just check in. And when it's a front step, you want your foot roughly in line with the other hand. It goes further forward and out when we do the kick through. But otherwise we're here and we're trying to drop that back knee towards the floor, lifting the chest up. We're going to step back to loaded beast. Hand can come down, foot can go back. Same again on the left leg front step. Hand pulling in, back knee dropping close to but not touching the ground. And again, we're just hanging out here just a little while just so you get that kind of opportunity to mobilize into the hips. But otherwise, here we go. Back to loaded beast. Let's go again, right leg front step, a little bit quicker. Return to loaded beast. Left leg front step. return to loaded beast, and rest for a moment. So then we'll do the front step through. So once we start adding in the through section, we want the foot to land a little bit wider, a little bit further ahead, so we've got a big enough movement window to get through. So we're going to do right leg front step through. So that still means you're moving on that right side. So set loaded beast, right leg front step through. Elbow comes in front to guard position, so you've got room to kick the leg. Brilliant. Step back to loaded beast. Leg goes back, hand comes down, or the leg goes back. So we're breaking this one down a little bit. Left leg front step through, so elbow comes in front, so you've got room for the leg. Return to loaded beast, and then rest the legs down, rest your knees down even. So I'm just giving you a little bit of break in between because we're going to get into the front kick through now, and that gets the heart rate up. It appears in the flow as well, so we get a little bit of a reprieve. So this is where it all goes horribly wrong. I think we're all getting it now. If I say right leg front kick through, you go a step with the left leg, because now we switch legs. It's the leg that's kicking rather than the legs that's stepping. So we'll go right leg front kick through, but we're only going to go to the midpoint. So it's the idea of being able to slow yourself down. So it's going to look like this. We're going to set loaded beast. I go right leg front kick through. I know I'm stepping with my left. So I'm going to jump with my left, and I'm going to bring my leg through to the point, that midpoint, just before I kick. And then I'm going to check in there. Then from here, we're going to jump back to loaded beast before we do it again on the other side. So it'll be a left leg front kick through. I'm hopping with my right and bringing my left leg through. It's that swinging action that you want to be able to control. Yeah. So it's not as easy as it looks, in case you couldn't tell from my voice as I'm trying to talk through it. All right, so it's a midpoint. You want to be able to get your, you probably saw on that one that my big toe got stuck behind my ankle. It's just because my window wasn't big enough, right? So it's a way of checking in with your window. So let's do the halfway version and drill that in. Here we go. Let's go right leg front kick through, halfway point. So you're stepping with the left or jumping with the left leg. Jump with the left, control the right leg coming through, lift the chest. So you want to make sure that your toes and your hand or fingers pointing in the same direction that you're going to kick the leg. And then going back, you need to be able to power off so that you can hop back to your loaded beast. Left leg front kick through halfway, hop with the right, bring the left through, lift the chest, guard position with the hand. And then we jump back or pop back to loaded beast. And you get a brief reprieve again before we do the whole thing. So it's sometimes useful to do the halfway point. You want to check in, make sure your foot and your hand are pointing in the same direction before you add the kick. And we're going to add it all together. So right leg front kick through is going to come first. So we set loaded beast, jump with the left for a right leg front kick through. Hold it there just briefly, and then we're going to pop it back to loaded beast. You want to really pull that leg in so that you can hop back. Left leg front kick through, hop with the right to kick the left leg through, pop it back to loaded beast. Switch sides, right leg front kick through, pop it back to loaded beast. Left leg front kick through, pop it back to loaded beast. And rest. Hold on. I've got a full scoop. No, just scorpion reach. I was going to do this with you the other day. Let's do it now. Let's just play with our crocodile roll, and then we'll see how far we get with that and what it's looking like. And we might add it onto the end of a full scorpion before we get to the flow. So let's pretend, in fact, no, let's not pretend. Let's start off with just our crocodile roll. So if I'm going to my left, I want to set up on the right side of my space. And it's going to be my right leg that's bent. And I'm in almost like a modified crab. So my hands are pointing backwards, chest is lifted. So if we're traveling to the left, it's the right foot that's going to be glued to the left knee, if that makes sense. But to start off with, lift your hips off the floor. flex your toes to the ceiling, and then take your right hand off the floor. Now that will start you into your turn anyway, but you want to bring the pinky edge side of your toes down and then kick off that back foot and lift it up to your knee. That's our first section. And then we're going to come back down. So you're going to pivot back onto the heel, the right foot comes down and the hips come down. Yeah, you can put the hand down if you want. I kind of find it easy to keep it off the floor. So you lift the hips up. I'm going to turn pinky edge down on the floor, but it's still pulling back towards you. Yes. Lift the hips, lift your right foot on top of the left knee and glue it to the knee. Knees pointing forward, chest, gaze pointing forward, and then release back down. So add on the next bit, which is just your modified plank. So same thing, we're lifting the hips up, little toe edge down, foot to knee. Then pivot onto the ball of the foot as the right hand comes down and you're in your modified plank, still with the knee and the foot glued together. This is where I try not to squash the clat. And then from there, let's pivot again. And you want to bring the sole of the foot to the floor as you lift up your right hand. So I'm now in that second side plank. I'm going to lower the hips down and you can come out of it however. I will add in that end section in a moment. So the hardest part, or the hardest parts, are getting into that first position and the second to last position. So let's go again to the right. So left knee bent. Point your toes to the ceiling. You want to keep your foot flexed. You want to be pulling your toes back the entire time, yeah? Left hand off the floor. Lift the hips up. Take the outside edge of your foot to the floor. And then you come into your first side plank, bringing your foot to your knee. Let's go straight into the modified plank. Pivot onto the ball of the foot. As the hand comes down, pivot onto the sole of the foot as the hand comes up and you're in your second side plank, and then gently lower yourself all the way down to the floor. All of that good so far? Yeah? Remember that from the other day? Okay. So let's see. It's always this little bit at the start. It might not be the same for you. This is the bit where my brain goes, oh, once I'm there, I start rolling. Once I've got this bit off, my body just goes, oh, well, that makes perfect sense. It's getting it up there in the first place. But we're going to try and see if we can make the first and second movements at least flow together, right? So we're in our hips lifted position. I want to bring my side of the foot down, my foot to my knee, and come straight over into my modified plank. Yeah, brilliant, good. And then from there, sole of the foot comes down, you're into your second plank before you rotate onto the heel. So the hand comes down and then the foot comes down and then the hips come down, if we're going to do that, yeah. So you will finish up with your trail leg, if you like, at a slight angle. You're never kind of fully straight, depends where you put your arms and legs. It might lead to like play with things a little bit, but otherwise, let's try it on the other side. So we're going to do a right leg crocodile roll, left leg's bent, toes pointing to the ceiling, hand comes off the floor. You push up into your first side plank, pivot into your modified plank, pivot onto the sole of the foot, lower the hips, pivoting back onto the heel, hand comes down, foot comes down, butt comes down. Yeah, so I think, Charlotte, you still try to keep your hand up. Yeah, I was the same when I was learning it as well. Bucker off. Let's do it again the other way. It's a nice drill anyway. So left side crocodile roll.
It's the last move and my feet get a bit tangled.
Yeah, absolutely. Mine do as well. I think it's trying to get from licking my sweaty foot. It's trying to get from your foot being like this to your foot being back up here again as you land. Yeah, and it's the same for me. I think it's that ability to kind of move through the foot. So we've all got tight feet, haven't we? Yeah, not strong enough in the feet. But anyway, here we go. Let's give it another bash. So same thing again, lift the hips, right hand off the floor, toes pointing to the ceiling, outside edge of the foot, first side plank, pivot onto the ball of the foot, modified plank, pivot onto the sole of the foot, second plank, pivot onto the heel, hand comes down, foot comes down. It's like still with let's try again on the other side. Not the end of the world.
Keeps coming down first.
Right, so right side croc roll. Left hand off the floor, get me left and right, it's all in the twizzle. So lifting the hips, pivot onto the outside edge of the foot, glue the foot to the knee, pivot onto the ball of the foot, hand coming down, modified plank. Pivot onto the sole of the foot, lower the hips, pivot onto the heel, hand comes down, foot comes down, butt comes down. I was trying to do it dead slow then, to see if you could see it, and we lose control. All right, let's add it onto something that we kind of know, right? So if we do a full scorpion from crab, we'll land in a modified crab. So we'll land something like this, yeah? We're gonna close the gap, we'll lift up into our croc roll and away we'll go, yeah? But we'll do it on the back of a scorpion, yeah, full scorpion. Right, so set crab. So if we do left leg full scorpion, the left leg is going to start off with an under switch. So left leg under switch, it comes all the way around, all the way up into our scorpion. And we're just going to check in at the top, the usual story, shin to ceiling, pushing the floor away with the hands, heel nice and high. To travel all the way over, lock your right knee straight, pivot onto the outside edge of the foot and land your scorpion. So at this point now, you set up ready to do a right leg crocodile roll. So I just bring my right leg to my left foot. I pick my hips up. I come over into my first side plank, full plank. You can alter your hand position if you need to. Sole of the foot, heel, hand, foot, butt. Heel, hand, foot, butt. At least it rhymes. All right, and then give yourself some space and we'll do the other side. So what did I just do? Left leg? Yeah. We'll do right leg. Thanks, David. Right leg full scorpion. So set crab, right leg full scorpion. Right leg travels up and around. We hit our peak position. Straighten your left leg. Pivot onto the outside edge of the foot. Land your scorpion. So now we're good for a left side croc roll. Close the gap. Lift into your first side plank, pivot onto the ball of the foot, modified plank, pivot onto the sole of the foot, pivot onto the heel. Still try to slow it down for you, Charlotte, and failing miserably. Hand comes down, foot comes down, butt comes down. All right, I'm going to shut up talking as much. I'm just going to let you kind of try and feel it a little bit rather than me. Because I think, well, if you're trying to keep up with me speaking and I'm trying to slow it down and keep track with you, nobody ever really gets the chance to sort of just do it on their own. So I'll call it, but just work through it. Just have a play, yeah? All right, so here we go, set crab. Left leg, full scorpion, into a crocodile roll. So left leg, full scorpion. Take your time, there's no rush. You'll be traveling to your right in your crocodile roll. Yeah, well done. All right, one last time. Right leg, full scorpion, into left side crocodile roll. Way. And I'm purposefully not adding anything at the end. I'm just kind of letting you land your butts down wherever they land, and it's fine. We'll get to the point where we've got enough control to make the ending a bit more graceful, and then you could move it into other stuff as well. Right, okay. Oh, well, no, well, not exactly left us very long for this flow, have I? It's a good job we know most of it. Right, so we're going to set loaded beast. I'm going to do my best to remember it, but I did write it this morning and I thought we'd have a little bit more time, so it is what it is. We're going to start off with loaded beast, right leg front kick through. Yeah, so it's going to be a right leg front kick through is the first movement. So you are hopping with your left side. Here we go. Set loaded beast. Right leg front kick through. Hop with the left, kick with the right. Pop it back to loaded beast. Right leg front step. We know that. Now, left leg under switch. Oh, so the left leg's going to travel through and you'll come to your crab. Ah, my brain hurts, my brain hurts. All right, so left leg under switch to crab. Where are we? This is my fault. Right leg under switch, scorpion reach. So right leg under switch into your scorpion. So same as we've just been doing. Leg comes up and around. It's not a full scorpion, it's just the reach. So hold at the top, feel the stretch. That right leg is now going to travel underneath into a side kick through. So right leg under switch to right leg side kick through. Right leg jumping under switch, which will take you over into a right arm crab reach. Apologies. Right arm crab reach. Return to crab into a left leg under switch, which will just finish you up in beast. And then we're doing a right leg under switch tap. So right leg under switch tap into ape. So the right leg is going to come back under and you're going to push into your ape position. Yes, brilliant. And then we've just got to finish off ape reach. So rounding forward, open, she says, lifting the chest. Return to ape. And rest. I'm going to do a better job at remembering it again on the same side. So when you're ready, set loaded beast. Starting off, right leg front kick through. Here we go. Right leg front kick through. Hop with the left, kick with the right. Hop it back to loaded beast. Right leg front step. Left leg under switch. Leg comes under and you're in your crab position. Brilliant. Right leg scorpion reach. Right leg travels under, up and around. Right leg side kick through. We got it? Yeah. Right leg jumping under switch to right arm crab reach. Return to crab into left leg under switch, which will bring you to beast. Right leg under switch tap to ape. So right leg travels under, the hand of the foot touch down, they lift straight back up again. And instead of going back to beast, you're pushing into your ape. Ape reach. Open. Return to ape. And rest. And I'm going to call it for you on the other side, and then you don't have to wait for me trying to work it out with my brain. How are we doing? Are we all right? Yeah. I kind of just sprung this on you right at the end. All right, so when we're ready, set loaded beast. Left leg front kick through. Hop with the right, kick with the left. Pop it back to loaded beast. Left leg front step. Right leg under switch, which will take you to crab. Good. Left leg under switch to scorpion reach. So the left leg is going to travel under, all the way up and around. Yep. Left leg side kick through. So it comes back down under an under switch into side kick through. Nicely done. Left leg jumping under switch to crab reach. So left leg travels under, you switch hands straight into left arm crab reach. Good. Return to crab into right leg under switch, which will take you to beast. And then you've got your left leg under switch tap, push back into ape. Tap, go back under, push back into, yes, well done. Ape reach. You've cracked it, David. Well done. Ape reach. Open. Coming up onto the toes. Lift out of your heels. Lift the chest. Hold it there. Breathe. Set ape. And rest. Well done. That was really good. Well done. I like that one. How are we doing for time? Oh, we've got plenty of time. Do it again. Like that. Do it again. I'll see if I can remember it on both sides. I got the right side down, but the left side's eluding me for some reason. It's usually the left that I'm better at. All right, here we go. Right side. Set loaded beast. Here we go. Right leg front kick through. Pop it back to loaded beast. Right leg front step. Left leg under switch. Right leg under switch to scorpion reach. Right leg side kick through. Right leg jumping under switch to right arm crab reach. Return to crab into left leg under switch, which will take you to beast. Right leg under switch, tap to ape. Tap, push straight back to your ape position. Ape reach. Open. Return to ape or set ape, whichever. And rest. Nicely done. Left hand side, set loaded beast. Left leg front kick through. Pop it back to loaded beast. Left leg front step. Right leg under switch. Left leg under switch to scorpion reach. Brilliant. Left leg under switch to side kick through. Left leg jumping under switch to left arm crab reach. You've got it, well done. Return to crab into right leg under switch, which will take you over to beast. Left leg under switch tap into ape. Nicely done. Ape reach. If you weren't there already, open, lift the chest, lift out of the heels, 2 pizzas, hold, 3, 2, 1, set ape, drop the heels and rest. Nicely done, chaps. That was really good. We've got just enough time to do our pretzel, methinks. And then I'll try and do that one. I'll record it at the end of this session so that when you get the video, you've got me not bollocksing it up. I didn't do too bad, but the left side was just like, can't think. Right, so lying on your side. Oh my God, floor's cold. Bend the top knee towards the chest, hang on to it. Bottom ankle, pull the bottom leg behind you. And then opening the chest to the floor. Oh, sorry, take your back shoulder to the floor, I should say. Hold and breathe. Just let the heart rate come down. Try and control your breathing. Just letting it get softer and easier. And then very gently unravel yourselves. We'll switch sides. And hold the bottom ankle, pull the bottom leg into a quad stretch. Twist into open. You want to add in that last part, which is that gentle tail tuck. So tucking the tailbone under, so you're not overarching the lower back. You really want to get into the hip flexor and the quad. Breathe. And then gently unravel yourselves. And we are done, I think. Oy. Well done. I kind of shoved a lot into that. When I was writing it, it didn't seem quite as intense. It's quite intense. How are we body-wise? Are we all okay? We're still alive? Yeah.
No
Good.
problem.
Brilliant. Okay, well done with that. That was, yeah, there was a lot to it. Very good. Right, and what I'm going to get you all to do is, can you log yourselves out, and then I'll record myself doing that with the flow and the teaching and stuff, and then I'll send you the video link. And if you want to play with it, you can. Yeah. So if you want to. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. See you. Right then. So here we go with the flow. Here we go with the flow. Seeing as the left side is eluding me today for some reason. Sometimes it just does. All right, so I'm gonna do it with the call out, and then I might just call it out so that you can practice. But you get to see it then as well. All right, so here we go. Nice and slow. We set loaded beast. Right leg front kick through. Pop it back to loaded beast. Right leg front step. Left leg under switch. Right leg under switch for scorpion reach. Right leg side kick through, or under switch to side kick through, I suspect it is. Right leg jumping under switch to right arm crab reach. Return to crab into left leg under switch, which will take you to beast. Right leg under switch, tap to ape. Ape reach. Open. Set ape. Rest, and we do the other side. So set loaded beast. Left leg front kick through. You're doing my nutting cat. Pop it back to loaded beast. Left leg front step. Right leg under switch. Left leg under switch to scorpion reach. Left leg under switch to side kick through. Left leg jumping under switch to left arm crab reach. Return to crab into right leg under switch. And we go left leg under switch, tap to ape. Ape reach. Open. Set ape. And rest, and give your cat some attention. Even though you've been a little pain in the bottom and you just want to bite me, don't you? You just want to bite me. You've been an absolute pain today. You have. Well done, chaps. I enjoyed that one. I actually quite like that flow. We might add it to the one that we've already been working on. I'll call it out for you now. So I'll just do the call out, and then you've got it if you want it. So the whole thing, here we go. Hair. Set loaded beast. Right leg front kick through. Pop it back to loaded beast. Right leg front step. Left leg under switch. Right leg under switch to scorpion reach. Right leg under switch to side kick through. Right leg jumping under switch to right arm crab reach. Return to crab into left leg under switch. Right leg under switch, tap into ape. Ape reach. open, set ape. The other side. Set loaded beast. Left leg front kick through. Pop it back to loaded beast. Left leg front step. Right leg under switch. Left leg under switch to scorpion reach. Left leg under switch to side kick through. Left leg jumping under switch to left arm crab reach. Return to crab into right leg under switch. Left leg under switch tap to ape. Ape reach. Open. Set ape. Rest. I hope I gave you enough time with the words. It should do. Yeah, it should be fine. I'm going to call it a draw there, mainly because the cat's doing my head in.